Okay, this morning we're playing with this little mule, and right now we're just getting a battery hooked up and throw a little bit of fuel in it and just see if it wants to fire. Just do basic little preliminary. Here we go. Okay, so I've just stuck a battery in here and hooked up our battery cables. I put some new ends on them so that I could bolt it down to this big battery, have lots of cranking power. The old stuff was pretty corroded. Anyway, we got battery here. I think I got it hooked up right. We're just kind of going over stuff. I've taken this air intake off so I can get directly into the carburetor and just looking over stuff. I mean, if this will start and run, we've got to get fuel to it. I've already checked the oil. The oil here looks really good. Like I say, it looks nice and clean, and we're a little bit above the add point there, but not much. But we're above the add point, and it looks clean, so I'm not going to worry about that at this point in time. But that's pretty slick oil filler checker. It's the oil filler and the dipstick all in one deal. Pretty ingenuitive. And anyway, so this thing's got a governor, carburetor, assuming that's the fuel pump. Nothing's hooked up. It's been jury rigged. Look like they've just tried to get it running, and fuel lines coming up here. So the fuel tank, it sets over here, and I looked in there, and it's not too bad. Just a preliminary look. It doesn't look too bad, but we'll see. Anyway, I think now we just see if we can get this thing to crank over. And okay, we're at the front of the machine here, and we've got, looks like what to be is a on-off ignition. I think that's on there, off. I don't know. I can use my test light and find out. Chokes over here. I think somebody's put that there. That doesn't look original. Maybe it is. Maybe the shit that's where it was. Anyway, it's got a throttle here, gas pedal. I don't think it's in gear. We pushed it over here, so it shouldn't be in gear. We're gonna find out. I haven't yet found where this thing cranks over at. I'm gonna have to get under here and follow the wires from the starter. I got the starter solenoids right here, and to follow this wire that goes from the start solenoid. Maybe I can get under here. Oh my god, in the wet. So that wire runs up. Where the hell does it go? Is it past? I see something up here. There's some kind of a switch. Got lots of weeds in my face. Okay, there's a switch right there in between the seats. Maybe that's okay. That makes sense. Be in between the seats where you can reach it. What the hell do we got up here? Oh. Okay. Let's see here. There's a lever here. Looks like okay, so maybe I can get a better look at it over here. So what I found out is there's a mechanical lever here. You lift up on this lever, and it pushes down, and it turns over. Nice. It actually turns over really good. That sounds healthy. Okay, so let's shoot a little bit of starting fluid down in here. And not much, just a tiny bit. Let's see if we got ignition spark. If it'll run, we'll keep going. All right, let's try this. Holy crap, it fired. Let's do that one more time. I just want to hear it fire up again. That was kind of cool. Okay, so this thing's worth putting some more effort into if it'll run. That means ignition, spark, everything's working. Shit, I think it's gonna run. Okay, so let's turn things off here. And let's go after our fuel system now. I think while we're, let's see here, we'll take the negative off. While we're not cranking on this and doing things, I think we're gonna disconnect the battery just to keep me from shorting something out when I'm plunking around. I'll feel better if it's not connected anyway. But hey, that I feel like is progress. If it's gonna run, it's worth putting some more time into cleaning this fuel tank and fuel system out. I think is what we're gonna go for next. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start by pulling the carburetor off, and the fuel pump is right underneath that. And then that way, I need to clean the carb out anyway and check it out. But that'll let me look at these fuel lines where they go and maybe get the original fuel pump working. That's an idea. That's where I'm going. Okay, let's start by, we'll disconnect a few cables here. Get that out of the road. That's our choke cable, I think. Let's see, we need to disconnect this linkage here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the throttle linkage. It's hard to get to back there, so I think I'll unhook it here. And then when I pull the carb, yeah, that might be. That off of there. Somebody's just got a zip tie there doing something with that line, but that line doesn't look like it's supposed to be there because there's not much room and it's hitting that line when you run the throttle. We'll have to figure out how this original line went through there, because that doesn't look like that's supposed to go through there. It looks too fat. And let's see, we got, looks like a 9/16 there and maybe a 9/16 down there. That one's going to be a little more difficult to get to. But we'll see. And then I think I got to take this line off here, but that looks like that's easy to do. Yeah, let's see if we can. The hard one's going to be that 9/16 nut down there. Okay, so I've got a couple of wrenches here, real thin with different angles on them. Maybe that'll let me get in there. This is an old distributor wrench. Maybe I can get it down in there. It's got a nice little wonky curve to it. I think it is 9/16, so isn't it? There's a half. Oh shit, I think it's half. My eyeballs this morning. Boy, that's not getting on there. It might be on here though. Nope. No, okay, we're gonna get a different wrench. Okay, I've now got a 1/2 inch wrench that maybe I can get in there on. Yeah, we'll be able to get that dude. Maybe now, huh? All right, let's see if I can get down in there. Get that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, goody. I can get to it just barely. That's gonna be a slow go, looks like. Oh, don't drop down in there. Out of sight. That is going to be a really slow go. Let's see if I can get this throttle out of my way at all. Okay, it's doable, but oh, it's really slow. Let's see if we can get this one off, and then that way Maybe we can twist it a little bit, turn it, I don't know, give it a little slack. Okay, I'm thinking now I need to take this off real quick, and then that'll help me get this carburetor to move out just a little bit, because this pipe right here on this side, I don't know if you can see that, looks like maybe a crankcase vent. It's keeping me from moving everything. It's kind of got it stationary. So I'm going to get this loosened up and this piece off. Okay, it looks to be like this is a 3/16 Allen screw. And this little fitting down here looks like it's 3/4. Yeah, 3/4. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to get after. There's 3 Allen headed screws and then that fitting. We should be able to get that out of our road. Okay, we got that out of the road and we got down to our, looks to be like our fuel pump there. And we'll see if we can't get this little guy out of there. Yeah. All right. Okay, I just realized something. This is pretty cool, but I wish that I realized it like 5 minutes ago. So these mounts on the carburetor are slotted. And I'm assuming the one down there on the lower one is slotted. So I should be able to just lift this up and out, right? Oh, this little piece of linkage is in my way. Hang on, I can get that up, maybe. Oh my goodness, I think if I can get, let me switch this around here. Yeah, so that's just gonna slide up. I gotta get past. This little piece of linkage here is hanging me up, I think. There you go. Right on. Okay, so that's got slots, so you can slide it in there. Okay, well, I'm glad we figured that out before we got that nut clear off of there. And in fact, I might even run it down just to there. That's perfect. That way, because that was going to be a challenge to get that nut off without it dropping down and going way down there. So I'm really happy about that. And the other thing is, I don't know if it would gain anything to pull this shield off or not. I don't think it would have gained me any better way in there. It might, you know, it might give me a little bit more room here with the wrench, but anyway, that wasn't too bad. So I think next step here is to see why this little fuel line runs the way it does, and this fuel pump is not hooked up anymore. It doesn't look like. I think that's the fuel pump anyway. So something's changed here. We're gonna have to look up some schematics to see how this originally went routed, because I'd love to have it set up with that mechanical fuel pump. All right, okay, everything I find online shows that this big line that they've cut right there coming from the fuel tank comes down this side, across up through here, and into this fuel in, and this is the fuel out, goes up, and then that's this line here is what's supposed to hook to this side of the fuel pump, is this little line here. And then this line here is a return line, which is this line here back to the fuel tank. So fuel supply line, fuel supply out of the pump into this line, and then this is how the bypass fuel pressure goes back to the tank. It circulates, so that's kind of ingenious. Anyway, I think we're going to have to see what is going on here and see if this fuel pump can be functional. So, I don't know. We'll take this apart and look at it, but this looks like it's been blocked off and bypassed a long time ago. Going after, see what's under here. Big old long screws. Interesting. Okay, this is what we got going on here so far. We popped this little dude off. Looks like some check valves here. And looks like we got our regular little diaphragm. I don't know if it's gonna let go. Yeah, that's not gonna come out. So we gotta take this pump off as a whole assembly here, huh? Okay. Looks like it's a 3/8. And I can just get to that one. Yeah. Bolt wasn't even really that tight. I wonder if it's like that carburetor and it's slotted and you can just lift it up. I don't know, I doubt it. I'm gonna leave it in though for now and try to get this other one loose. This is the one that's gonna be the challenge. Maybe with a swivel. You can see what I'm doing there, but there's a freaking bolt right there. It's really a challenge, but it's going. Slow go. Okay, I found a groove here. I found a happy rhythm here. Get that off. I think I did. There we go. Three hours later. Okay. So I started taking the other bolt out thinking I can twist and turn it maybe and get to that bolt easier, and it popped up. So we'll see what we can do here. Getting this bolt out without dropping it. Oh, come on. There, we got that bolt out. Now, oh, interesting. So, the bolt's slotted, so a person might be able to get a cranky screwdriver in there or something, but my goal was so I could spin this around just a little bit so I could get to that bolt, which I think I can if I lift this up. I don't know if I can get that in there or not. I got it. Way to go, Idaho. Yeah, all right. Look at that little guy. He's cute. But yeah, I think maybe we just need to find a whole new assembly. I don't know. We'll see. We could do diaphragms if we could get a diaphragm kit, but yeah, got that little guy out of there. And he's attached in there somehow. That little diaphragm, but gotta be a keeper there or something. Or maybe you pivot it. Oh, I bet that's what you do. You could pivot it. Ah, ha, ha. That's how you get it out. You don't have to take that thing off. You just pivot that diaphragm out of there. It's got a little lock and then pops right out. Nice. Well, we'll see what we can find on this next. Let's go check out the internet. All right, that's where we're going to stop with that video until I can find some parts and and then we'll come back to that. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and tune in to some more of the mule. Right on. Thanks for watching.